Okay, I'll go ahead and make an opening statement. Let's go ahead and shut our cell phones off. Thank you. First of all, I want to congratulate BYU. I thought it was a hard-fought game, two excellent teams that really had a heck of a ball game, took down a player or two here or there, and so really a great start for Coach Sataki. I know it's his first year as a head coach. I think he's done a great job. That team has improved as the years gone along. I'd also like to compliment our football team, to go from 2 wins from last year to where we're at. Certainly a whole change as far as the type of culture, playmakers, and a lot has to do with the men that are sitting up here along with some other seniors and some of our other players in the locker room. So also want to thank the Poinsettia Bowl. The hospitality and the experience that our players have had has truly been special. I had heard great things about this bowl, and it exceeded our expectations. So I want to say thanks for the invitation, and we hope that we provided a good competitive game out there. From my perspective, we certainly did. So at this time, I'll open it up to any questions anybody may have. Questions? Let's fire away right here.
Coach, can you speak to Brian's absence in the first quarter? Was it a 1-quarter suspension?
That was my decision, and that's all I'm going to say. Now, Brian can make a comment, but I think he's probably going to say the same thing. It's been great working all year long with Brian, and that was my decision. Pretty quiet. Okay, guy in the back.
Coach, how did the weather affect you guys in the first half? What kind of change for you guys offensively in that second half there, seeing you get going?
Well, the weather affected both teams, but I thought it maybe affected us a little bit more. Certainly handling the football, not only on regular downs, throwing the football, trying to catch it, and then some special team plays. And so, but that's part of the game. I thought our coaches and our defensive staff and special team staff have done a better job. Not better, but we acclimated ourselves better to it. Plus, it began to dry out a little bit. So, but it had an impact. But to say that that's the reason why we lost the game, I mean, BYU had the same conditions.
Coach, what changes did you make during halftime to begin that third quarter off with the drive and then come into the fourth quarter and drive down the field those 2 times?
I think first of all, it started out we got a good kickoff return. I think we got about out to the 40-yard line, and we were able to mix in some runs and passes. I don't think there was anything significantly different other than the field conditions began to change a little bit. After the second half, we had much drier conditions, quite frankly, and I think that had an impact in some of our play calling selection.
For either Lucas or Tanner, being a senior, you guys talked a lot about wanting to get to this game. I know not the ending you'd like, but what was it like going through this experience of this bowl game?
Yeah, it was awesome to be able to do this and for us seniors to go to our first bowl game, and that's something what's really cool about college football is the thing of bowl games, and I think it was cool that we got to experience it, and also cool that we kind of just got to see the start of a turnaround of this program, and going from last year to this year, and giving our younger guys some good momentum headed into the offseason and for next year.
I mean, I agree with what Tanner was saying with the turnaround in the program. It sucks. We're all competitors, and we all want to win every game, but it didn't work out that way. But it was nice for us to be able to go to a bowl game this year for the first time for us or anybody sitting up here. So, but it was good.
Coach, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but to lose by 3 points, you had that fake field goal.
No, it wasn't a fake. There was not a fake field goal.
Oh, that was launched.
Yes. So that's hindsight right there. 2020, you and I see it the same way. We just, we had a botched hold and turned into a fire, so it was not a fake field goal.
Yeah, for Tanner in the second half, was there something that you guys were seeing from the secondary definitely that you're able to exploit that you weren't in the first half?
I don't think so. Just as the game goes on, we just kind of talk about things that they were doing, but I think they did just exactly what we saw on film. And I think in the second half, as the weather kind of died down, I think it was a lot easier for us to throw and catch. So.
Andrew, kind of similar to that championship game, defense came up with a lot of big stretches or stops down the stretch. I know you guys lost some key members of that defense this season, but do you feel like you guys have built a pretty good foundation for the young guys going forward?
No doubt. They got to stand on the sidelines of every game and watch us this year. Watch guys like him go out and lead every day, and they know what it takes to get to where we are now. And just getting to this bowl game is big, and having them. I told you after practice the other day, them getting 10 practices and getting to do all that stuff. So I think this year, with the flipping the program around and those guys getting to see how we got here, they know what to do to get here again. So I'm happy we got here, and it really helps getting here for those young guys.
Coach, if you could just talk a little bit about what this entire year means for the program, your third year, and going from 2-10 last year to have a great year this year. Maybe game of it at the end, and it kind of epitomized the fighting spirit you guys have shown all season. And so, talk a little bit about the big picture,
Right.
where you are at this point.
Well, thanks for that question. My comments, we're all competitors, and we wanted to win every ball game. But the biggest thing that occurred was a change of attitude and level of commitment, and that started way last winter in our off-season conditioning and carried through spring football and through summer and fall camp. And so that's really laid a great foundation for us to move forward. We're certainly more athletic. I think our recruiting matrix has been on point. We might be a little bit ahead of where I thought we could be, but I think the biggest X factor is our guys believe that they can win, and the resolve to go out and compete and never say die. And we've had some close wins, and then we've come up short here and there. And so that's been a whole change of attitude, how we see ourselves. I also think there's certainly a revitalized energy around our state. Many of our fans have embraced this team. I think they've embraced the can-do attitude. And, in Wyoming, we're going through some tough times, and tough times never last, but tough people do. And I think this football team has kind of embodied that feeling. And so we're excited about the future, but, that doesn't take anything away from the sadness a couple of these seniors feel right now. They're not going to be able to wear the brown and gold again. So, yeah.
Brian, I know you said the decision as to whether or not to come back here would come after the bowl game. Is the plan still kind of to think it over at Christmas? And then do you have any comment on the not playing this first quarter?
No, I don't have any comment about not playing in the first quarter. The decision will still be made later on, not today. I'm gonna let this game soak in, spend time with my teammates that I won't be able to play with again, no matter what I do since it is their last game. So after that, me and my mom and Coach Bohl will talk and we'll make a decision.
Tanner, from your perspective, what happened on that last offensive play for you guys in the interception? What did you see?
I think they covered our play pretty well, and Josh rolled out and kind of does what he does all the time, and that's make plays. So he made the decision, and we're going to live with that. But I've seen him make countless throws on the run and completion. So.
Coach, you didn't go for the onside kick, which in hindsight turned out to be a good decision about the ball back. What was your thinking there? You had 3 timeouts?
Yeah, a lot of times when you can place an offense to where you think they're going to be pretty one-dimensional, that can allow you to adjust some things defensively. When we saw how they lined up in their kick formation, we thought we might even have a chance to get a pooch recovery. But having 3 timeouts in our pocket and feeling like we've been doing a pretty good job establishing the line of scrimmage, felt like we were going to get the ball back in pretty good field position. And so that's what our thought process was.